I started my meditation today like I often do, asking to be in service to love. And I've made that request so many times. And today I finally got a clear answer that I wanted to share with you. So when I asked to be in service to love, the answer back that sounds so obvious now is do what you love. And we often associate this with work, right? We want our work to be in service to humanity. And so it was framed around that. Do work that you love, not work that you think you should do, not work that our culture says is service oriented, but work that you love. Because when you are engaged in doing work you love, you are quite literally being the vibration of love. So you're sharing love, you're spreading love, you're up leveling love in the collective consciousness. So it sounds so simple, but it's not, because a lot of us have conditioning that's blocking us from understanding what we really love. Let me give you an example from my meditation. When it became so clear to me in meditation, do work that you love, I immediately saw myself in person leading a group discussion on spiritual conversations, giving speeches on a stage about energy, about healing, about spirituality. But what was blocking me from embracing that work that I really love, when I'm doing that work, I've been doing it here and there. When I'm doing work like that, oh, I am so in the moment. I am of the vibration of love, and I make such deep connections. And I know I'm in service to love. However, what's been blocking that is my ego saying, no, no, if you do stuff like that, that's your ego wanting to do that. That's your ego wanting to be a facilitator, to be center stage, to be on a stage. And then in the meditation today, I heard my dad's voice saying to my little self, "You're too big for your britches." And I thought, oh my gosh, that's it. That you're too big for your britches was a huge energy block that was keeping me from embracing doing work that I love, that lights me up from the inside out, so that I can share that love. So I want to go back to what I'm trying to say to you first. What is work that you really love doing? It's not the work you think you should do. Here's another example. There's been many times where I've done work I thought I should do. One concrete example. Years ago, a place that I thought really needed yoga, I completely donated my classes, a series of them. I thought that was very noble. I thought I was totally in service to love, but I didn't love doing it because it wasn't appreciated. I feel like I kind of forced it because I felt like they needed it. And it was never really accepted. I felt kind of odd about it. That was not in service of love. That was something else saying, oh, well, you're a yoga teacher. You should donate your time. You should bring it where it's most needed, even if it's not wanted. And that was a whole bunch of untruths that made me think I should be doing this to be in service. It was very ineffective. And then I beat myself up because I didn't love it. I didn't love donating that time, especially since it wasn't appreciated. So that's an example of how we think we should serve. But once again, I want to get down to when I'm really clear now, because that blocks out of the way. I know I'm serving when I am leading a group workshop, talking about matters that feel meaningful to me, when I am giving a keynote and motivating and inspiring and allowing insights to occur, allowing energy to transmute. I am fully in service of love because I love the work. I am sharing love. I'm sharing my passion. I'm in the frequency of love. So I'm sending that out with the work that I do, and I'm truly doing work that I was meant to do that I can fully embrace. That's what I want you to take away from this conversation with me right now. What do you love to do? Not what somebody else told you you should do, not what culture and conditioning said you should do. What do you love to do? It doesn't have to make sense to anybody but you. You can pause me. You might write that down, journal about it, meditate with that question. I love to write a question down, meditate, and then come back to it and just answer. Free flow, write, and see what comes out. So, first question, what do you love to do? Because when you are doing that thing, you are in service to love, and that is the highest love that you can give out into the world because you're filling yourself up with that love, and then you're overflowing to everybody you're sharing that loving work with. And then, second, if you're not doing it yet, what is preventing you? Take that into a journaling session, into meditation. If you're not doing that thing you love yet, what is preventing you? Write it down. So, literally, what I do, I carry a notebook with me. Okay, carry this notebook with me. Write my question down, set it aside. I like to meditate. And then when I'm done meditating, I come and write out an answer. It took me some time to really get the too big for your britches, but it did eventually come to me. So the other thing that I want to tell you is trust your journey and trust the timing. It will all come when it is supposed to. Just show up for yourself every day and ask those two questions. What do I love to do? And if you're not doing it right now, what energetic block is in the way? So then what I did in my meditation, this is just what I did, not what I'm saying you need to do, is when that came to me, you are too big for your britches. I saw my spiritual team surrounding me, dissolving that energy of too big for your britches. We put it into a box. We put all that energy of you're too big for your britches into a box. And then we surrounded that box. This was in my meditation, and we sent love, 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 love to that false statement, that false energy that I was carrying. And actually, I'm remembering now, it was unraveled from me. It was like a tie all raveled around, a tie all around me. And so we took that off, we put that in the box, and then we all sent love to the box, up leveling it, up leveling, up leveling, up leveling until we were able to transmute it to a different energy. And the energy that I asked to be transmuted to, you're too big for your britches, was the lie, the untruth, the low dense frequency, the low dense vibration. I asked for that to be up leveled to loving energy, but the energy of embracing, embodying, and sharing the spiritual gifts that I came here to share. That's what I asked it to be transmuted to. So I saw that all happening. And then this was just a bonus, again, not saying that you have to do this. I saw my dad come into the picture and I said, I forgive you for telling me that. And then this was really beautiful. I told myself in the meditation, Sean, I forgive you for believing that. I forgive you for believing that. That was beautiful, and that brought tears to my eyes. And before I hit record, I was getting the mascara away from underneath my eyes because it just saying that was the most profound part. Sean, I forgive you. I forgive you for believing that. I think that's the biggest part of the statement here, the biggest part of the share I want to give you, because I'm getting the most feeling from that. Can you forgive yourself for believing, for carrying any false beliefs, false statements about yourself? That is an act of self-love. And when we can do that for ourselves, again, what an act of service in the name of love. We're raising up the vibration of love within ourselves. So that's the final thing I want to give you, or maybe the only thing. What belief you know is false that you've carried with you that you're willing to let go of and to offer yourself forgiveness, true forgiveness from a place of compassion for believing it. All right, I'll do a quick recap. Take whatever resonates with you. First off, ask yourself, what do you love to do? It doesn't have to make sense. What do you love to do? Meditate on that, see what comes, write down an answer. If you're not currently doing that thing, it doesn't have to be for work. It might be, might not. But if you're not currently doing or embodying or being that thing that you love, then meditate on what the block is in the way. That might be one meditation or 1,000 meditations to get to that energetic block. And then can you transmute that into something that feels more empowering, a new belief? And then forgive yourself for carrying that old false belief with compassion, with self-love. I love you so much, and I'm so appreciative that you were here receiving this message.